Hey everybody, this is MadPanda Games here, and today we're going to tackling another part of Tailor Tales. So right now we are on Chapter 6 of Neil's Route, and I'm excited because when we left off, we accidentally broke his watch, and he's not happy with us at all. So let's get started, guys. I am ready. Let's do it. It's been a few days since my last encounter with Neil at the park, and I've all but put the memories of it behind me, secretly hoping he'll just forget about it. I've been quite busy with my store. There's been a new shipment of fabric, and I'm excited at all of the color and textures I have available at my fingertips. I lay them all out on the counter, wondering what I should create with them. The bell rings, and I look up at the door. I stop dead in my tracks when I see it's Neil again. Can he just leave us alone? Oh no, he's come for his watch, hasn't he? Just when I put him out of my mind, he's here to remind me again of what transpired. Neil looks around the store a little bit before his gaze settles on me. Just leave us alone. Good day, Jocelina. I hope you're in a better mood since the last time we've met. That depends on whether or not I'm going to like what you say. I say chilly. Neil clicks his tongue at me, then leans his elbow onto the counter, clasping his hands together and resting his chin on top of them. He looks over at me, studying me with his eyes. I suddenly feel a little defenseless. Let's talk about my watch. Aw, man. I swallow, knowing this was coming. Luckily, I am not daft enough to forget to insure such an expensive item, especially one with sentimental value. So I've contacted my insurance company and will get the full amount reimbursed. I look at him blankly. Okay? That's it? He got the money back. Well, that's definitely a load off my back. This doesn't mean you're absolved of any responsibility, Neil says in a much more serious tone. Yeah-oh. He casts his eyes down to the counter, and his fingers hover over my new fabric. He seems a bit intrigued. You did still break a personal item of mine. And pray tell, what would you like me to do about that? You've already had the money refunded. There's nothing much else I can do. Unless you want to say you've somehow managed to cut your finger on the broken piece of glass and want to be reimbursed for that too. Dang, you are on fire, Jocelina. Neil frowns at me, then shakes his head a little, clicking his tongue dismissively at me again. I'm not sure if such a tiny piece of glass could ever pose a threat to me, but I'm glad you are concerned about my well-being. That's a step above yesterday's attitude. Yeah, He's again slamming me down for my attitude, when I'm merely responding to his pompous personality. Well, it's only natural to care for people who are so fragile and sheltered. I trail off with a shrug. I can see anger flash in his eyes. That hit the mark. I feel oddly smug about myself. Now, if only you extended that care to people's personal items, I think you may still need some lessons on that, he says, a smirk playing on his lips. This weird battle of wits is draining me. I can feel myself getting angry and impatient with Neil. What do you want? I finally ask him. Neil strains his back. Last time, you mentioned that you'd make me a dress shirt, correct? Don't answer that. It seemed an opportunity presented itself, and while I do have my own tailor who has delivered some of the best work in the country, perhaps I can make use of your... He looks down to the fabric on the counter. Skills. I can feel his words sting with venom. He's mocking me, looking down on me. And what exactly do you want? I ask, ready to decline his offer. A well-tailored blazer, Neil says as he puffs out his chest to make a point. If it's adequate and to my taste, I can forgive your previous actions. Gosh, this guy is an asshole. I want to decline so badly. I do not much care for Neil's pompous attitude and the way he's subtly mocking my tailoring skills. However, I also realized I've destroyed an expensive watch of his, and a mere sorry won't do. Plus, it seems he won't leave me alone. So I sigh and hang my head down. Alright, I say. Splendid. The sooner you finish this, the sooner you can return to... He points at a mannequin standing next to the counter. This. Neil shakes his head a little. What's this doing over here anyway? You would create a much bigger impression if... Suddenly, Neil grabs hold of the mannequin and moves it away from the counter. Don't mess around with my store. Hey, I yell out. Don't just move things around in my store. Neil drops it at a place near the entrance, where the sunlight hits it. See, the way the light falls from the windows of the door would make this the perfect spot to highlight your latest fashion. No one asked you to start touching and moving my mannequins around. Put it back. I look over to where Neil is and I suddenly see his point. Placing the mannequin into the direct sunlight gives a bigger impression. It makes the layout of the store more harmonious as well. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Oh, he's so smug. Neil grins at me. Are you sure you want me to put it back? He asks. I have this sudden urge to wipe that smug look off his face. I scrunch up my nose. No, leave it. Just stop touching my things. You know what? I'll return another time. For the measurements. How about next Friday? It's not like I can say no, so I nod my head at him. Friday is fine, I guess. Very well. I'll see you then. Good day. Neil fixes his collar, then looks at the mannequin with a nod and leaves the store. Thanks, I guess. I'm never going to get rid of this guy, am I? Nope, because we're on his route. Okay, let's do chapter 7. I'm ready. Let's do this. There, it won't let me. Okay, there, now let me click it. Okay. Today, Sarah decided to come over to take some pictures with me. I use her skills as a photographer to get the best shots in my clothing line, then use them to advertise my boutique by spreading flyers. It's been working pretty well, and me and Sarah are just now wrapping up another photo shoot that took place in my back room. We had a motto pose for the pictures, but I put on a few outfits myself as well. It was fun. I am in love with the Sinon 20D, she says as she's looking through the viewfinder of her recently purchased camera. I'm sure. You've been non-stop gushing about it since you got it, I reply. I know, but you don't understand how great it is. The picture quality is amazing, and it's the most compact and lightweight camera yet in the series. I simply smile at Sarah as she goes off on all the technical details about her camera. I don't really understand much about it, but I'm grateful Sarah helps me stage photo shoots to show off my clothes. Without her, I don't know if I get any customers visiting the store at all. You know, looking at your pictures, you could simply be a model instead. You've got the height for it, and a pretty face. We are pretty. I smile sheepishly at Sarah for the compliment. I prefer making the clothes instead of wearing it. I'm only doing this for the publicity. I know. I'm not complaining though. At least you're a friendly face. Most of my customers are vain models who think they're the hottest thing on earth. Divas in the making. They'll even try to get me to work for them for free. For exposure, they say. We like money. Sarah shakes her head in disagreement, then goes back to looking through her camera lens. There's a creep staring at us. I blink at her. Excuse me? Sarah fixes the zoom on her lens, still looking through the viewfinder. Yeah, purple-haired dude, right outside, looking at you. Isn't that the same guy from the cafe? She snaps a picture. I whip my head around and look over near the windows, but don't see anyone. Huh? There isn't anyone there. Are you sure you saw someone? Sarah walks up to me and shows the LCD screen on her camera. It has the last picture she took displayed on it. See? The picture quality is so great that I can see with a 100% certainty that it is Neil who's standing in front of my store, shielding his eyes from the sun to get a better look. His face looks oddly weird. I'm confused why he's peeking through my window. It's not Friday yet. Isn't that the same guy from the cafe? Has he been harassing you? Asked Sarah. Want me to beat him up for you? Please do. Please do. Oh no need. I pause. I think. Sarah watches me carefully. A bumpkin like you won't even recognize a dangerous situation even if it hit you in the face. We're city folk here. It's different. How different? Sarah shrugs her shoulders at me. Dangerous. We get creeps here, just prowling around, looking for some pretty girl they can get their hands on. I frown at her and feel an odd chill run down my back. I'm sure that's not going to happen. Neil doesn't seem to be like that. I think. I only feel the sting of his words sometimes. Sarah puts her finger up in my face, like a warning sign. See, that naivety is going to get you into trouble someday. Just be careful, okay? If someone's bothering you, let me know. I smile at her and give her a light slap on her arm. You just want to be a hero for the pretty girl. Sarah grins at me, you know it. She tucks her camera inside of her bag. Anyways, I'll send you the pictures once I edit them. I'm sure they turned out quite awesomely. She sighs longingly. The Sinon 220. 220? No. The Sinon 20D, my true love. Get a room, I joke. Sarah winks at me, then says goodbye. Okay, goodbye, Sarah. I miss you. When she's gone, I wonder about what she said, about creeps and whatnot. Is it really that dangerous in the city? I haven't really felt uncomfortable or scared at all so far. Neil isn't dangerous, although I do question why he was outside my store just now, as he has no reason to be there, not until Friday anyways. That's because we're interesting to him. We intrigue him. Maybe he is a stalker or something. I decide to head outside my store and have a look around, but I see no one. It's quite puzzling why Neil was here just a moment ago. I head back inside. I've got better things to do. Time passes by as I continue tending to my store, and eventually I place the close sign at the entrance and turn off the lights. Today was an okay day for business. I hope the pictures that Sarah took will help me out and boost my sales. I'll just need to spread the flyers around myself once I've got them printed. Okay. Ooh, we're going to the cafe. Wanting to take a well-deserved break, I head on over to the cafe. The sun is setting in the background, making everything glow a nice and calming orange. As soon as I reach the cafe, I spot someone familiar in the distance. My eyes bulge out a little bit as I realize it's Neil. No way. Is Sarah right? Is he some creep stalking me? I stop walking, almost considering to turn around and walk the other way, but then someone else enters the scene. A nurse emerges from the hospital next to the cafe, running over towards Neil, waving a clipboard at him. He turns around to address the nurse, and they seem to be heavily engaged into some kind of dispute. There's some heated words being thrown around, and I can tell Neil does not want to be there. Eventually, Neil signs something on the clipboard and quickly paces away from the nurse. Of course, that also means he's heading straight towards me. Hello, Neil. When he finally notices me, I see genuine surprise on his face, but it's immediately replaced by an angry frown. What? Dang, don't be an asshole. Aw, great. Another incompetent person who always messes up. And I thought I was already finished with work. Neil snaps at me. I'm taken aback at his words and sarcasm. It's not like I warranted that kind of response by simply being near him in his presence. I haven't done anything yet. Wow. Option 1. I can't help but feel a little attacked, so I get ready to fire off my own defensive attack. Work? You mean creeping around my boutique and spying on me is called work nowadays? Neil's eyes widen a bit, and I see him quickly turn his head away out of embarrassment. They'd have to pay me a royal amount of money to convince me to spy on you. Don't flatter yourself. Wow. I feel my cheeks sting with blood, but I ignore it. Who does Neil think that he is, suddenly saying such rude things to me? Don't think I didn't see you leering through the window. If you've got some business with me, then face me like a man. Neil's eyes narrow even further. My business? My business is with wanting you to take responsibility for ruining 2 personal items of mine, which I still haven't gotten any formal apology for. I am sorry. I stress out each word with more venom. Your Highness, I tack on afterwards, considering Neil is acting like a spoiled little rich kid. You happy now? Neil closes his eyes and shakes his head. I don't want to deal with your nonsense right now. And I don't want to deal with a jerk like you. Keep this up and I won't be tailoring you anything for free. Oh, is that so? Would you prefer to pay me back the full amount of that watch instead? I bite back my tongue. You told me you got reimbursed for that. My insurance company would love to know who broke it in the first place, so instead of paying it out of pocket, they could go after you. You should be thankful I haven't ratted out your name. Neil gives me one last glare before he turns his back on me and walks away. Dang. I'm left fuming on the spot. The nerve of this guy. The absolute nerve. Jerk, I call out after him in anger. Well, that was an intense place to stop, but I think I should stop now. Let us save. Let us save. Save. Okay. And so this is MadPanda signing out. If you like my content and you want to see more content like this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. Once again, this is MadPanda signing out. See you later, guys.